Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Simarchy and welcome to my advanced building tutorial series. I do have a beginner's tutorial series linked in the description below if you want to check that out. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to freely move objects pretty much anywhere you want, up and down, on top of windows, and any of the slots on the counters, even the ones that technically don't exist. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So first of all, let's say you have a counter or a table. Let's grab a table as well. And actually, let's grab a side table to start off with. Let's just use this one. Okay, so first of all, when you go to place a decorative object, let's go ahead and go into our decorations and miscellaneous, and let's just grab I don't know, these candles. Okay, so for example, when you set it down, it only goes into one slot. You can't kind of move it anywhere you want. The same thing on the counter, it kind of picks which slot it wants to go in, and sometimes you just want to move it a little bit further back and you can't. So the first thing you need to do is turn on your Move Objects On sheet. So you hold Shift, Control, and C to open up your cheats menu, and then you type in bb.moveobjects-on. This will let you pretty much move the objects anywhere that you want. The next thing that you do is, there's actually technically, I believe, 2 or 3 different methods to do this depending on what object you're using. The first one is, let's say you have your kitchen laid out. Let's just pretend this is a kitchen right here, okay? We'll move this table out of the way. Move it over here for now. Okay, so if you want to move this, normally you can hold Alt, like if it's on the ground, you could just kind of hold Alt and move anywhere you want, but that doesn't work when there's already these predetermined slots. So the first method is to actually just pick up the counter and move it out of the way completely, and then grab the item while holding Alt. Hold on, my face is covering it. There we go. Grab the item while holding Alt and slide it to roughly where you think you want it. You might have to move it around quite a bit to make it snap perfectly. And then once you move your counter back, it's not defaulting to that slot anymore. So let's do that again. Let's say you want it there, but just a tiny bit back. So we're just going to move it a little bit back, and now it's the very edge corner of that counter. So that is the first method to do that. The second method is, let's say you want to use an item that is normally going to be going on the ground. For example, let's use one of these pots. There's one that always looks like it's meant to go on a counter, and it always trips me up because it goes straight onto the ground. And it is this item right here. This came with one of the free updates. Okay, so that obviously doesn't go on the counter at all. So an easy way to do that is to just hold Control and the 9 key. Some people don't have to hold the Control, they can just hold the 9 key, and it lifts the item up every time you hit 9, and it moves it back down every time you hit 0. So you can do that, and then once the item is at the height that you want, again, you hold Control and put it anywhere you want. Since it was meant for the ground, it's not going to snap to any of the predetermined slots to begin with. So that's an easy one. Now, another way to do this is, let's say you have a space that you're working with that you don't feel like moving the counter or the table out of the way. So let's grab this candle again, and we're just going to keep setting it down on the counter, which, by the way, you can hold Shift to copy the item. If you hold Shift on your keyboard, it'll keep regenerating the item until you let go of Shift. So this one's a bit more tedious, but if you keep doing that, eventually it's going to fill up all of the slots, and then you can use the Control 9 or just 9, depending on how your computer is set up, to bring that up to the level that you want, put it anywhere you want. Let's say this time we want it kind of hanging off the front edge, and then once that is in place, you can delete the items that you're not using. I feel like that's kind of a harder method to use, but some people do prefer that. So those are the 3 basic ways that you can do this. Now, again, this works on counters, on tables, on windows. I'll show you how to do it on windows because it's actually super cute with some of the bay windows. And yeah, it's fun sheet. It's a great way to just add a ton of clutter. Okay, so here we are with our makeshift room with a bay window that came with the base game. So let's go ahead and just for the ease of keeping it simple, let's use an object that would normally go on the floor like this one. And this one is actually really easy. So you would just place it kind of behind the wall, and again, hit your 9 keys till it comes up to where you want it, and hold Alt and just set it there so that will sit nicely on the window. The items that will normally sit on top of a surface, I think those are the ones that will give you a hard time. Let me grab another one of those to double check. Yeah, that doesn't go through the wall, but an item that would go on the floor will go through the wall. if that makes any sense. So to do an item that is kind of restricted by the wall here, all you have to do is delete the wall first. I know that's like a huge extra step, but it'll be worth it. Then you can move the item, again, holding Alt, anywhere you want, and hold the 9 key to lift it up. Always check your camera angles to make sure it's not floating in the middle of the air, and it's not. So there we go. We were able to add that in. And then you just simply rebuild your wall just like that and re-put your paint. So now we were able to put items on top of the bay window. Now this works with shelves as well. Shelves are usually a bit easier. Let's just double check. Let's go into our surfaces and grab a shelf and put it right here. And again, let's say we have this item that would normally go on the floor. Actually, let's just copy it. That would normally go on the floor. If you want it to go up on a shelf, again, just hold Control and lift it up onto your shelf, holding the using 9 to move it up and then holding the Alt key to place it where you want. This item's a bit bigger than the shelf, so you can size it down by holding Control and the left bracket key to make it a bit smaller. Now with the shelf, sometimes the items will clip into the shelf. It's usually not a big deal depending on the item, but if that really bothers you, you can just grab the shelf and move it right underneath the item instead. So this is again another way to just clutter up shelves, tables, counters, windows, anything you want. It works on all sorts of items. You could do it with chairs as well, beds, you can put pillows on top of the beds, all sorts of cute stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I will see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye! Wait guys, before you go anywhere, don't forget to click over here to watch new videos and click on my face when I disappear to subscribe.